Channel 8 in Minneapolis, as the Minneapolis Lady Lions getting ready to take on the Ellinwood Eagles tonight as the winner advances to the championship tomorrow. As the Lady Lions coming in after a victory the other night, they come in and to see what they can do against Ellinwood. They came away with a victory against the Russell, but it was closer than it seemed at 52-41. So Minneapolis going to have to come in and really show some quality. They've played this team before in years gone by, but it's a different team every year as the Minneapolis Lady Lions on the floor tonight to take on the Ellinwood Eagles.
Yeah, it'd be nice to, I know Coach would like to see our team shoot well from the perimeter, and we really haven't shot very well from 15 feet and out. It would be nice to see the ladies light it up here tonight.
Absolutely. Minneapolis Lady Lions had a great third quarter the other night, outscoring the opponent 20-6, but then kind of in the fourth quarter gave up some points and were outscored by 7 in the fourth quarter. That made that game a little bit closer. The Ellinwood Eagles, I would say upset, had an upset victory in the first round as they took on, to get it right here, they took on La Crosse with only one loss in the season and beat them. I didn't see what that score was, but all that matters is that they won. So they advanced to play us. Minneapolis with one loss on the year. I'm sure Ellinwood is thinking, hey, let's knock off another one. Lady Lions cannot overlook the fact that they have a losing record.
This is a former CKL foe from years gone by. The series between the two schools is tied at 9, though Minneapolis has won the last 4 games in a row, including 3 here at this Winter Jam tournament in Hoisington. So we do have a winning streak going against them. I didn't see a whole lot last year that I remember that was scary, but about what they're having returning. But you never know how things are going to change from year to year, and you got to come in and face them anew and act like they're the toughest team in the conference.
If you've never been to Hoisington, after the tornado, they rebuilt a facility that would just knock your socks off. This facility resembles Southeast a little bit with the balconies on each end. After that, it's just an upgrade after that. It's just a wonderful facility. All the bleachers retract back to make 2 full courts for volleyball if you wanted to, but for the most part,
actually 3 full courts for basketball and 2 full courts for volleyball. You're right, because they can go 3 full courts for basketball as well.
It's a community center. There's a running track around the way here. There's workout rooms, if I'm not mistaken, in here. A lot of meeting rooms.
Yep.
It's a nice facility for the community overall, not just high school basketball.
Absolutely, very nice facility, and we will play. The boys will play the host team, Hoisington, in the boys matchup later on tonight. But we're about a minute away from the matchup between the girls and the Lady Lions. It'll be good to see how they come out and react against this team tonight. Yet to hear, Dale, who is in the championship on the girls' side. Have you heard?
I don't know who won earlier this afternoon. No.
Yeah, I don't either.
It was Hoisington and
Quivira Heights.
Quivira Heights, yeah. Quivira Heights was the number 1 seed.
I'm assuming I don't know. There's still some Quivira Heights folks here.
Folks down here that can tell you.
Yeah. But Minneapolis Lady Lions getting ready to announce their starting lineup, and Minneapolis will be in their home white. The Ellinwood Eagles in red as we get ready for the starting lineup. And I will go ahead and give the starting lineup for the Ellinwood Eagles. Number 1, 5'1" junior Ashley Munson for Minneapolis.
Ashley Macy will start point guard for the Lady Lions.
For the Ellinwood Eagles, it looks like number 3, Maria Tucker. Maria Tucker, a 5'7" senior for the Eagles.
For Minneapolis, Connor Fulton, the other guard. Shay Shoemaker, swing shooting guard. For number 5 is Beckwith, 5'7", and they just don't have a lot of height. But the girl there,
Casey Brown, 5'5",
is still right at 5'5", 5'6". So
they do have some
5'9" junior. She'll be the post for Ellinwood.
That will be a challenge, a little bit of a challenge at 5'9". Minneapolis. It'll be interesting to see how they match up with Shay Shoemaker. If Shay drops down and plays a post against her, if they go ahead and leave Allie Steinbrock down low to fight with her.
I was just told that the Hoisington girls beat Guevara Heights by about 18. So.
Wow. Surprising. So we have
Hoisington
Macy.
is one half of the championship.
Macy, Fulton, Steinbrock, Fulton, Page, and Shoemaker. Got Fulton in there twice, but is the starting lineup for Minneapolis. J.C. Crossan will play quite a bit, along with Kylie Gregg and Riley Baker. Coach Weatherman's been rotating about 9. So Thill will jump center for Ellinwood, Shoemaker for Minneapolis, and we're ready to tip off here. Minneapolis against the Lady Eagles, and we're underway. Tip is controlled by Ellinwood. Skip past the other side. Now back inside is tipped by Fulton. Out front it goes. Minneapolis man-to-man defense here. Right wing, Tucker picks up her dribble, gets it off on the baseline to Thill. Now the outside shot is no good by Brown, rebounded by Macy. Now Fulton with the ball, clears the timeline for Minneapolis. Back out front to Macy. Dribble drive in, kicks it back out to Shoemaker. Now the skip pass to Page. Zone defense for Ellinwood. Shoemaker, Page with the ball, kicks it back to Shoemaker. Has a look at a three, but passes it up. Now Kelsey Page, left wing. Now Fulton. And the skip pass to Macy is open for a minute. Page a dribble drive. Out front it goes to Shoemaker. In the lane she goes. Has the shot, passes it up. Steinbrock. Turnaround jump shot is blocked by Brown. And Brown sure looks taller than 5'5".
Well, it's interesting that number 24, Thill, brings the ball down for him as well. At 5'9", can play. Looks like can play the guard as well.
Motion offense here by Ellinwood. Lady Eagles with the ball in no hurry. Right wing, Tucker has it almost stolen by Fulton. Both of them hit the deck, and that's saved by Phil. And Minneapolis has it on the move. We have numbers pass to Fulton. Shot is blocked again by Brown. And we're out of bounds. So far, Brown's a little bit tough inside. Fulton. And I thought it said she's just 5'6".
Which Brown says here 5'5", so.
Phil, down the lane she goes, shot good. 5'9" junior, now Page, dribble drive in the paint. Scoop shot is good. Kelsey Page with her first bucket of the night. They throw over the top, there's a loss. And a good job on the defensive side by Minneapolis to create that turnover. 2-2 here, 5:59 left in the first quarter. Fulton to play it in to Macy. Left wing Fulton, back to Macy. It's a zone defense, 1-3-1. Page outside, three-point shot. And there's the tie-up as Thill turned around into the defense and Shoemaker ties her up. Possession arrow to Minneapolis, and we'll play it in under her own bucket. Fulton gets it off to Steinbrock. Out front, Shoemaker. Now the left baseline, Page back out front to Shoemaker. Lines up a three ball, it's good.
I hope she stays hot on that tonight.
So nice to get off the first shot down beyond the arc. Now they throw over the top. That was a walk. That was a nice block by Shoemaker.
Shay did not have a field goal until the third quarter of the other night's game. Until the third quarter. So it's good to see her hit one early.
Caught her with the body and whistled with her first.
Actually, Shay. They called it on Shay.
Foul of the evening. Tucker, first throw, no good. She'll get two. Here's the second throw on its way now. It's no good. And Shoemaker sweeps the glass for Minneapolis. She loses control of it. Turnover. Now they have numbers. Oh, they travel.
With it, yeah.
Tucker could not get rid of the ball. Had a teammate on the right wing and just could not get the ball to her. Until she felt uncomfortable bringing the ball up, as she not normally does. Macy topped the circle. Page skipped past to Shoemaker. Right wing. Entry pass to Steinbrock, and she's lucky to get it out of there. There's foul on the body. Foul on
Beckwith, I think.
Or 5.
Yep. Danielle Beckwith. Her first personal foul, first team foul.
Call it on the floor. Minneapolis plays the ball in. Macy, three-point shot, no good. Fulton steals it, gets it back to Macy. Baseline shot by Page, good. Kelsey Page, her second bucket of the night. That's tipped out there, but that is going to be a foul on Connor Fulton. Caught her with the body as she tried for the steal. That's the second team foul on Minneapolis, first personal foul on Fulton.
7-2, Lady Lions with the lead, 4:37 in the first quarter.
Beckwith in the backcourt gets it off to Phil on the left wing. Now Tucker. Brown with the ball above her head, looks inside, gets it off to Phil. And good double down defense by Minneapolis, and Shoemaker has the rebound as the carom comes all the way out. We have numbers, 2-on-1, nice pass by Shoemaker. Finds Page on the opposite side for the easy layup.
Great pass by Shoemaker right there, and there's turnover right there.
Coach calls timeout.
Ellinwood wants
I
timeout.
think she stepped on the line, though. It should be our ball because there was no possession.
Ref's giving him a timeout. 4:04 mark. It's 9-2 Minneapolis here in the first quarter.
So we will go ahead and take a break with them. You're listening to 910candy.com, Eagle Communication Channel 8. Lady Lions with the lead, 9-2.
City Pharmacy has brought to you quality professional pharmaceuticals since 1963. Joe and Amber Wool will help you with your medications, durable medical equipment, cosmetics, gifts, and greeting cards. Your hometown pharmacy, City Pharmacy, downtown Minneapolis.
Welcome back to Hoisington.
That's kind of surprising. The Quivira Heights girls got beat earlier by the home team Hoisington Lady Cardinals. So if Minneapolis would be victorious here, they would play. And you're right, Scott. I thought it was Minneapolis ball also, but they're awarded to the Lady Eagles.
We'll give one to Dale right there.
Out front it goes. Brown shot. Good.
Your coach called timeout when he saw nothing good happening, I guess.
Yeah, the only reason I thought it would have been Minneapolis because she didn't have set possession over there. That's what I was kind of struggling
Bad
with.
pass. And out of bounds it goes. Turnover Minneapolis, as Ellinwood has a little full court pressure of their own. Munson gets it off to Brown. Back to Munson. Right wing Phil. Now Brown looking inside, gets it inside to Beckwith, and that's going to be a walk. You've got to keep your feet.
Yeah, she had the ball there. She tried to rip it out, and the problem was when she ripped so hard that the other person didn't have a hand on the ball, and she went to the ground.
Lost the pivot foot.
Inside to Phil, and that's intercepted by Steinbrock on a good strong move. Now we have numbers. Pass to Macy, layup good. Nice pass from Chase Shoemaker on the left wing. Finds Macy streaking to the basket. Now the Eagles get it across the timeline, and Fulton's going to be whistled with their second foul. Out of position, and you just cannot reach in like that and play defense. Minneapolis getting ready to bring in the next four as Fulton is whistled with her second personal foul. Phil to the free throw line to shoot two. Thought maybe they'd call that on the floor, but the first one is off the heel of the rim, no good. And both teams substitute as Corbett and Klepper come in for the Lady Eagles. Baker, Gregg, and Crossan in for Minneapolis.
And
Shoemaker
Walker.
stays in.
And Walker.
Second free throw is good by Phil. Bailey Walker, the transfer from Tuscott. Left wing has the ball, has hit a couple of pretty deep threes. That's a terrible pass, but Gregg is there to rescue the ball. Now left wing, Walker looks at a three, it's short. A little bit out of her range, I think. Ellinwood with the ball, 11-5. Minneapolis with the lead. Walker with the good defense out front. Now Crossan's on Phil. That's a good matchup. Shoemaker has Brown on the left wing and tips the ball out. Now Shoemaker all the way in. She goes layup, no good. And Kylie Gregg gets the rebound and a hook shot. And that should be Minneapolis ball as Brown had, goodness.
There could have been some fouls called in there too.
Looked like Brown had the last dribble, but it went out of bounds to Ellinwood. Beckwith back in, and Munson catches a breather. Brown to play it in. Minneapolis full court pressure, 2-2-1. Trapping. They do a good job breaking the pressure, and Gregg hits the deck as Munson goes all the way in. Stick back is up and in by Klepper.
11-7. Ellinwood starting to get back in this. Minute 57 left in the first quarter.
Dribble drive, Shoemaker all the way in. Has her shot swatted out of bounds. And that's going to be Minneapolis ball to play in under her own bucket. Riley Baker to play it in for Minneapolis. Minute 50 left first quarter here in Hoisington. Walker dribble drive, loses control of it. Turnover Minneapolis. Now they have numbers. Baker hustles back and intercepts that pass. Gets it off to Gregg. All the way in she goes. Boy, I'm thinking they're going to be having to call a foul down there on that end as Minneapolis goes in. As Gregg makes a nice move to the rack. Is fouled, and she will go to the free throw line to shoot two. That'll be Brown whistled with the infraction. That's her first foul. Gregg's free throw, rimming in.
12-7, Lady Lions with the lead. Minute 35. Second throw coming by Gregg.
3 team fouls for the Lions, 2 for the Eagles of Ellinwood.
And that free throw is in also as Gregg gets them both. Now Phil in the backcourt gets it off to Beckwith. Now Shoemaker hustles back on defense as Phil tries to thread the needle to Klepper. And that's tipped out of bounds by Shea Shoemaker. 13-7. Minneapolis. Long shot, no good. And Baker
Nice
has
rebound by
great
Baker.
position as Phil tries to go over her back, but Baker with good position comes down with that rebound. Entry pass to Crossan, dribble drive, kicks it back out to Walker. Missed her first shot, a little bit reluctant about taking another one. Now Baker back to Walker. Off to Shoemaker.
Guarding Shoemaker pretty tight there.
3-2, that's kind of a 2-3 matchup zone. Baker baseline drive, gets it off to Crossan, shot good.
Nice job by Baker to feed Crossan down low. That was a great job. Baker just drove the baseline and then turned around and found the open person, which was Crossan.
They throw over the top and Phil collects it, and Crossan will be whistled with her first foul.
We'll send Phil to the line for 2.
15-7 Lady Lions. Phil will get 2 here. First free throw, no good. Tucker back in for Ellinwood as Corbett heads to the bench. Second free throw, it's good. They've kind of taken off their press. They pressed a couple of times. Now they drop back into a 1-3-1. Spin move by Shoemaker, and that's a travel.
Once again, that's a That's one of those that is very questionable. It's a judgment call by the official. It sure looks like the foot is still planted. So, tough call though.
Yeah, I think it's a carry when you have your hand down on the side of the ball or even under it. But Shea does a good job with that spin move, and a lot of times refs just will let that go. Ellinwood with the ball down on the low block cannot get a shot off as Baker is right there. 10 seconds to go here in this quarter, and Gregg with a good defensive play out on the wing as Brown will play it in for Ellinwood. Lady Eagles in their traveling red, and we're trying to get a substitute in here as Kelsey Page will come in for Shea Shoemaker.
Probably wise there not to
Get her out of foul.
get her out of the foul here.
Out of harm's way, and you don't want Shoemaker to pick up a cheap one here at the end of the first quarter, and Ellinwood to play it in. Sit down low. Beckwith, dribble drive, shot no good. And Crossan does a good job of getting that ball out of the paint, so Ellinwood cannot get a follow-up shot. And that's the way the first quarter will end. Minneapolis with a 7-point lead, 15-8. We'll be back with second quarter action here in just a minute.
C&R Plating would like to take this time to thank their many friends and customers for making their business what it is today. Kevin also wants to wish the Minneapolis Lions a great season. C&R Plating, a Lions sports backer.
The State Bank of Delphus and the Ottawa County Bank in Minneapolis are locally owned community banks, committed to making your banking experience as easy and personal as possible. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you're searching for the right insurance to fit your needs, look no further. The Scott Osherman Agency is the place to go. American Family Insurance has been providing security and peace of mind for over 80 years. Call the Scott Osherman Agency in Minneapolis, your American Family Insurance agent.
Welcome back to Hoisington.
Hoisington, America. Yeah, big one's going on up at Beloit this weekend. 2-day wrestling tournament. Beloit is entertaining probably 25, 30 teams up there. Minneapolis will be one of them, ranked number 4 in the state. We'll see how the Coach Giles Wrestling Club fares up there at Beloit. It's a tough one.
It's today and tomorrow.
Kind of an indicator of regional and state action to come. Ellinwood works it inside to Brown, back out front to Tucker. Left wing Phil. Minneapolis, good tight man-to-man defense here. Out front it goes. Brown skip pass to Phil, and she's tied up by Page. Great job by Kelsey Page as the ball went inside. She's right there to tie up the big post player.
Yeah, she did a nice job of reaching in and grabbing that and holding on to it, and did a great job with that.
Possession arrow to Minneapolis, and we have the ball. Macy gets it off to Shoemaker. Dribble drive, Shoemaker shot, air ball. Dribble to the left side of the circle and had an open look for about a 16-footer, and shot is off the mark. Phil in the backcourt gets it on the left wing. Ooh, almost a walk there. As Beckwith hands it off to Tucker. Now Brown comes to get it. Back to Beckwith. They reset the offense. Minneapolis in a zone here. 2-3 zone. Skip pass to Munson. Dribble drive. Tries to get it down low. Has the ball taken away by Gregg.
Nice job by Kylie Gregg there.
Gets it off to Shoemaker before the trap can come. Dribble drive in the lane. Nice left-hand shot by Shea Shoemaker. And Brown has the rebound. Tries to get it down low and does. And a great defensive play by Kelsey Page. Sometimes that gets her in trouble with fouls, but that was an excellent move there. Got a hand on the ball, and Tucker could not gain her balance. Loses it.
15-8 here in the second quarter. 6:30 left.
Traveling's the call, and the turnover. The ball goes over to Minneapolis. Now Page, baseline. Pass is tipped out there by Phil. Off to Brown. Lady Eagles with the ball. Left wing Phil gets it off to Tucker on the baseline. Out front it goes to Beckwith. Intercepted by Macy, and she could not control it. All she could do was save it, and it saved right in bounds to Ellinwood.
Good job by Ashley.
She learned, didn't she?
She did learn right there.
Plant foot there.
Nice pass by Shoemaker. The shot by Steinbrock is up and in.
I'll tell you, and that came quick to Steinbrock right there, and she finished it nicely. But wow, how quick of a pass was that, guys?
That knocked Steinbrock over, I think.
Good hands by Gregg. Out front to Phil. Left wing Brown back to Beckwith. Munson now with the ball. Entry pass to Brown, shot no good, and Shoemaker, tips that ball out of there almost over the back. Gregg, shot on the baseline, up and in. Kylie Gregg, little 8-footer there.
She's got a smooth shot.
She does, and guys, how big has, Shea, I'm going to make a comment here on Shea. She has done a great job at distributing the ball.
Yep.
Hasn't had the big scoring night. She still got 14 points the other night, and she's still scoring some points. But one of the stats I don't take is assist, and I don't know if that's on that.
She has 19 on the year.
19 on the year.
Leader
is
Macy with 30.
And she's got to have a few more tonight already. So
yeah, she's got 2 dandies here tonight, getting the ball down low, as Steinbrock was a recipient of that one, but Page has had 2 from the opposite side. Nice little layups come from nice passes from Shea Shoemaker.
So didn't see, was that Ellinwood that called that timeout?
Yes.
19-8, Lady Lions with the lead. Ellinwood yet to score here in the second quarter. 5:06 left here in the first half.
Minneapolis with a nice little run there, and it's come from the defensive end. 11-point lead. Lady Eagles will play it in. Brown will throw it in for Ellinwood. We have Gregg, Macy, Page, Shoemaker, and Steinbrock, as Fulton is on the bench with 2 personal fouls. Shoemaker, long arms, left hand shot no good, gets her own rebound. Off to Macy, bank shot no good. Phil has the rebound. Gets it out of there to Beckwith. Now they have numbers. Tucker on the opposite side, layup no good. And Beckwith is hacked as her stick back does not go in. And I think it's going to be on Kelsey Page. That's
her first personal foul.
One area that Shea leads, you just saw just exhibited a minute ago, was in steals. She had 38 steals coming into the tournament.
Free throw by Beckwith is no good, and second throw on its way, it's no good also. Steinbrock has the rebound. Over the top it goes. Macy back to Steinbrock. Shot off the glass, no good. Nice pass by Macy to get that ball down on the low block to Steinbrock. Now Ellinwood has it. Clears the timeline. Almost a walk by Beckwith. Tucker has a free.
Wide open baseline there.
Baseline.
Shows not to go down there.
Now she does, and she goes. She's fouled by Page, and that's another foul on Kelsey Page. Picks up 2 quick fouls, and Coach Weatherman goes to his bench. 19-8. Tucker, free throw, no good. Off in front of the rim, no good.
6th team foul, 2 for Ellinwood.
That one is no good also, and they get the rebound. Tucker gets it off to Beckwith. Now Munson, left wing.
Hopped with it.
I don't know why we save those when they are going out of bounds by the other team. Now we have numbers 3-on-2. Shot from the baseline, no good. Steinbrock right there for the rebound. Out front it goes. Shoemaker in rhythm, tried to line up the 3-ball and could not pull the trigger. Now Gregg on the left wing. Dribble drive in the lane she goes. Shot no good. The long carom goes out to Macy, and she had her shot blocked by Phil, and I'm not so sure that Phil didn't
Have a
catch
little
her
body there.
with a little bit of the body, yeah.
Well, usually when you see a size difference like that, they will throw the body, throw the call in there, but they called it a clean block. Minneapolis has it under their own basket.
3:42 left, first half. Macy has the ball. Now Steinbrock all alone on a great pass from Ashley Macy. And they throw it out of bounds. Tucker pass goes over the top. And another 4 come in for Minneapolis. Crossan, Fulton, Walker, and Baker come in.
Shoemaker stays in.
21-8. We play it in. Walker out front. Fulton. Walker with a dribble drive. Her shot is off, but Crossan is right there for the rebound and travels with the ball.
She should have put it back up. She had the angle.
5'9" sophomore. They try to get it in. Nice defense by Minneapolis. Baker with the long arms and the good defense. Munson throws it out of bounds. Oh no, it's saved by Crossan. Now down the court we go. Fulton, left hand layup, good. Shoemaker's pass over the top. Now Crossan did a good job there by letting that ball go. It was way over her head, and Beckwith got a hand on it, but it will be Minneapolis ball.
23-8, Minneapolis on an 8-0 run here, as Ellinwood yet to score here in the second quarter. 3 minutes left.
2-3 zone by Ellinwood. Fulton right wing. Now Baker down on the baseline. Back to Fulton. In the lane she goes. Kicks it back out to Crossan. Now Walker. Fulton left wing has an open look at a 3, but won't take it. Now Baker does. Free throw line, rattles it in and out. No good, and Ellinwood has the rebound. No, they throw over the top again. Beckwith, left-hand layup, no good. Baker has the rebound. Walker has it and smartly pulls it back out. Not much movement on the offensive end, and Ellinwood's coach is wanting a timeout, or is it Weatherman?
That's what Weatherman calls it. 2:07 left. Sorry about that, Mike.
I heard somebody yelling timeout. I was looking at the Ellinwood coach, didn't see our coach down there requesting the timeout. It's full timeout, I believe. And we'll take one too. Minneapolis leading 23-8.
Bennett Autoplex supports the Minneapolis Lions. At Bennett Autoplex Salina, you'll find a small-town family atmosphere with great prices on new and used cars, new GMC trucks and SUVs. Serving their customers since 1957, Bennett Autoplex Salina.
Almost 6 minutes gone by this quarter. The Eagles have not scored.
Minneapolis doing a good job on the defensive end. 2:07 left, first half action. Fulton to play it in off to Baker. Looking inside, has Crossan there. Elects to take it out front. Now Walker kicks it out to Shoemaker. Dribble drive in the paint she goes. Dump down pass to Crossan. Crossan with the shot up off the glass, rimming off. But she is fouled on the play, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
I believe Tucker was called for the foul, and it was her first personal foul, third team foul, excuse me.
Free throw, no good. Off the heel of the rim, no good. And Crossan will get second throw here. Minneapolis with a chance to make it a 16-point lead. Free throw is good.
Has some arch on that, doesn't she?
A little bit more this time around than last time. Beckwith has the ball tipped away, but it's picked up and controlled by Ellinwood. Phil has it off to Munson. Now Minneapolis in a 2-3 zone. Out front it goes, Munson. Tucker has it, tries to get it inside to Phil. It's saved on the baseline by the other Beckwith. Phil, dribble drive, jump shot, good. She's got a nice shot. She can get in close enough. Fulton with the ball, and it's 24-10.
At the minute 13 mark, Ellinwood scores their first points of the second half.
Entry pass across and has Thill on her hip, shot up and off the glass. Boy, that just rimmed off. That was some tough luck there as the shot looked good from JC. Now left wing Beckwith inside to Tucker. Score it. And she is fouled. She'll get the and one here.
Left them all alone down there.
Bailey Walker's first foul. Tucker's free throw on its way. It's good. 3-point play by Ellinwood. That closes the gap to 11. Minneapolis right wing Shoemaker picks up her dribble. Baker's entry pass is tipped out of there and picked up by Ellinwood. Phil has it in the backcourt. Turnover Minneapolis. Right wing Beckwith, dribble drive all the way in, layup. Oh, she misses the layup. Fulton is right there for the rebound. Gets it off to Baker, baseline, jump shot, no good. And that should be Minneapolis ball as Thill had a hand on it. Goes out of bounds.
17.7 seconds left here in the first half.
It'd be nice to get a bucket here as the time is running short here in the first half. Walker all the way in. Shot is off the glass and in. Nice jump shot.
Way to use the glass coming in as well. You drives all the way down.
We're trying to trap. That was a walk. Yeah, that was a good call. He had it. Phil, a little bit out of control. Minneapolis 2 play it in. 5 seconds left. And who's going to throw it in?
It's like Baker will throw it in for the Lady Lions.
Beckwith comes to get her man-to-man defense all of a sudden for Ellinwood. They throw it to the backcourt. Shoemaker, dribble drive. Goodness. Wow.
That little hand get in there on defense.
Yeah,
Shoemaker.
She got one in the chops there and sure looked like a foul to me. Anyway, that's the way the first half will end. Minneapolis enjoying a 13-point lead against the Ellinwood Lady Eagles. We'll be back with some stats and the second half action here in just a minute.
Back to Hoisington, Kansas, the Cardinal Winter Jam as the Minneapolis Lady Lions on top, 26-13 at the half over at the Ellinwood Eagles as Minneapolis Lady Lions coming in 15 points in the first quarter, 11 in the second, and they held Ellinwood to only 5 points, and those coming in the last minute 13 for Ellinwood in the second quarter.
Yeah, I thought they did an excellent job on the defensive end to start that second quarter and put Lady Eagles quite a ways behind. But Minneapolis looking pretty good here. Ellinwood not a lot on the offensive firepower. They're doing a pretty good job on us on defense, I think. They're playing a little bit of a matchup 1-3-1, sometimes 2-3 zone. But for the most part, keeping a pretty close eye on Shoemaker out front.
Yeah, exactly. And as she said, our girls did a nice job on defense as well. Leading the way for the Ellinwood Eagles, Thill had 6 points, followed by Maria Tucker with 3, 2 by Casey Brown, and 2 by Michelle Klepper. Minneapolis Lady Lions, boy, you like to see this, Mike, as you look down the scoring. For Minneapolis, Ashlyn Macy 2, Bailey Walker 2, Connor Fulton 2, Shay Shoemaker 3, J.C. Crossan 3, Kylie Gregg 4, Allie Steinbrock 4, and Kelsey Page was 6. How nice is that to look down your scorebook and see 8 out of your 9 players that have played all in the scoring book.
Pretty even scoring, and we've distributed around to 9 players, as Scott had mentioned. So that's a big advantage for Coach Weatherman to have bench scoring. Well, we're 2 or 3 minutes away from the start of the second half. The Hoisington boys are warming up on the other end of the floor. They have some height. Minneapolis will play the home team, Hoisington Cardinals here in the next game. The Minneapolis boys and girls both victorious in their first round games. Girls played wrestle and the boys played lacrosse. Minneapolis moves on, both girls and boys, to the semifinal round here. And this is Friday, January 21st. 22nd. I lost a day somewhere this week.
Run down a couple more stats real quick. Lady Lions had 6 fouls in the first half, but what was interesting is the fact that Ellinwood went to the line 11 times, 3 points.
Yeah, they missed a ton.
They missed a lot of opportunities at the free throw line. Minneapolis, on the other hand, they only went to the line 4 times, but converted 75%, 3 of 4. So nice job by the Lady Lions to hit their free throws. About 3 minutes left before the start of the second half, as both squads are out warming up right now.
Now Minneapolis will take on, as I mentioned, the Hoisington home team Cardinals here. Minneapolis boys and girls coming off nice victories on Tuesday. And earlier in the week had the Beloit, or the week before, Beloit at home, which, or up at Beloit, was kind of a couple of tough games for both the girls and the boys. But came back and got back in the victory column. The girls only 1 loss, boys with 2 losses so far this year. And as we're driving down here, realized that this season is half over. So Minneapolis looking pretty good, both girls and boys, record-wise. Tough part of the schedule still coming up. Minneapolis has to play the Russell boys, who played earlier here tonight against the number 1 seed, Quivira Heights.
Undefeated, I believe, Quivira Heights.
I think so. They're the number 1 seed, but got it close for a little while there in the fourth quarter, and then Quivira Heights pulled away. But Russell, pretty nifty team, has got pretty good athletes on the team. I'm not going to say they got an extreme amount of height, but they just have pretty good athletes. Jumping ability of a couple of them I was pretty impressed with.
Big stroke on their resume this year is beating the Beloit boys at Beloit earlier this season.
So they do have a team. And a few years past, not much of one to come by. And Minneapolis girls even used to just pound the Russell girls, but not this time around. A little closer contest. And Minneapolis enjoying a 13-point lead here. The Lady Lions getting ready to start the second half. Fulton in foul trouble early for Minneapolis with 2 set most of the second quarter, but came back in to finish the second quarter for Coach Weatherman. And he'll start the second half as he did the first half. Most coaches do that anyway. Well, one of the keys, I think, Minneapolis is going to have to hit the shots from the outside, or do an extremely good job passing inside, because Ellinwood is in that zone. They're just daring us to shoot from the outside. Even Shoemaker's getting the open look, but has elected so far to pass off down low, and we've been scoring pretty good in the low block. So
But we're going to have to stay with that. We saw it in the boys game the other night that they got to continue to hit in the low block. And we missed a few opportunities tonight, but in the first half. But the girls are going to have to come out and continue to hit that in the second half.
Brown, Tucker, Beckwith, Phil, and Munson to start the second half for the Lady Eagles. Minneapolis man-to-man defense. Munson baseline drive all the way in, kicks it back out to Brown. Shot no good. Phil with the rebound, stick back no good. That's tipped out of there to Brown. Now Munson lines up a 3 but passes. Now Tucker right wing. Back to Beckwith. Good defense here by Minneapolis.
Gave up 3 offensive rebounds right there, though. They're going to have to hit the boards. They've got Phil down low that can jump, and they've gotten some rebounds.
Dribble drive by Munson, kicks it back out front. Phil on the right wing. Brown has a look at a 3. Now the entry pass to Phil's tipped out of there by Steinbrock. Tucker.
Fulton gets foul number 3.
Puts the ball on the floor, and I thought it dribbled off her foot, but
it did.
Fulton right there for the defense, and she is whistled with the foul. Phil, jump shot, good. 26-15. Page clears the timeline for Minneapolis, kicks it back out front to Macy. Entry pass to Steinbrock. Up and under, traveling.
Coach Weatherman did not agree with that.
She
leaned forward, but
I couldn't tell if her foot drug or not.
Full court pressure by Minneapolis. They throw over the top. Munson has it tipped out there by Macy. Nice play by Ashland. Now 2-on-2. Fulton all the way to the rack. Shot good. Connor Fulton takes the defense all the way down to the basket and a low block. The layup is good. Nice defense there by Allie Steinbrock. Now Phil has it tipped out there by Page, and it will be Ellinwood ball.
One of the stats I didn't give, 12 turnovers by Ellinwood in the first half, 8 by the Lady Lions right now.
15, 16 turnovers a game isn't bad at all. When you get into that 20 or 30 mark, it's too many. Minneapolis playing not error-free ball, but not too bad. Tight man-to-man defense by the Lady Lions. Entry pass to Brown. Almost stolen by Shoemaker. Thill with the ball out on top. Munson on the baseline, back to Tucker. Beckwith. Now the skip pass to Thill. Shot is up and in. She can get to the glass. She's got a pretty nice shot in close. She's got a nice jump shot. So far has been able to make a Macy shot nowhere close, and Steinbrock has the rebound. Their stick back is no good, and Beckwith comes out of there with the ball for Ellinwood. Munson out front, it goes to Brown. Phil, dribble drive is shut down by Shoemaker. And the push off.
She had a push off against Steinbrock over here, and they didn't call it. I don't know if Coach Weatherman had kind of pointed that out, but they call it that direction this time on Shoemaker.
That's Phil's first personal foul. And Minneapolis with the ball. Shoemaker looks at a three, now takes one from long range. Off the back of the rim, no good. Macy gets it off to Fulton. Her shot is no good, and Steinbrock hustles after the ball for Minneapolis. And we return the favor as we claim some offensive glass. Now, the shot no good, and the stick back on the backside. Kelsey Page shot is up and in. 8 points for Kelsey Page. Now they get behind the defense.
Wow. Way to break the press by Ellinwood. They did nicely there.
Page back out front to Macy. Entry pass to Steinbrock. Back to Macy. Now Fulton with the ball. That's tipped out there by Phil as they try to get the ball in deep to the low block to Steinbrock.
Ellinwood gets a couple new players in.
Miller in for the first time.
Yep, that's what I was going to say.
Page. Shot no good on the baseline, and Fulton has the rebound. Her stick back is no good. Ellinwood tried to tip the ball out of there, and Page runs it down for Minneapolis. Steinbrock looks at a three. Passes it off to Fulton. Left wing skip pass to Macy. Shot. Oh, no good.
Missed a couple of those, Ashland, as she takes it off the rim.
Phil all the way in. There's pass to Tucker goes off of her leg, but we have a foul.
3 on Page, I think. So, yep.
Kelsey has 3, Fulton has 3, and both of them will head to the bench.
Greg, Walker, Baker, and Crossan come in, leaving Shoemaker with them.
And Baker. Did you say Baker?
Yes.
Tucker on the baseline has the ball for Ellinwood. Out front it goes to Phil.
30-19, 3:44 left in the first half, and a turnover right there.
Goes right off the nose.
She walked with it. She walked with it.
Double dribble is the call. Turnover. Right back to Ellinwood. 30-19. Minneapolis with an 11-point lead here. 3:38 left. I think if we just guard number 24, we'll be all right. Bill with most of the points for Ellinwood. Shot is up, no good, and she is hacked by Shoemaker.
Nope, calling on J.C. Crossan instead.
Oh, I thought he did a 1-0.
Well, they were both right there. I think they probably both fouled.
I was looking at the fingers of the referee. It whistled on Crossan. They had Crossan's number up there anyway.
Yeah. Coach Weatherman's going to call timeout here. 30-20, Lady Lions with the lead, 3:26. Coach Weatherman calls the timeout to talk about here in the third quarter. We will take one with him. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
City Pharmacy has brought to you quality professional pharmaceuticals since 1963. Joe and Amber Wool will help you with your medications, durable medical equipment, cosmetics, gifts, and greeting cards. Your hometown pharmacy, City Pharmacy, downtown Minneapolis.
Welcome back to Hoisington as the at the free throw line is Lauren Thill. She's got 13 points so far tonight.
13 of the 20. Second throw on its way, rimming off. And as Scott mentioned, not a very good free throw shooting team, the Ellinwood Lady Eagles. Down 10 here with 3:15 to go. Minneapolis shot no good by Baker off the top of the glass, and Thill with the rebound for the Lady Eagles. Miller, Tucker. Now entry pass to Miller, has it in deep. And it's tipped out of there by Shoemaker.
Kelsey Page is going to check in for Riley Baker. Coach wants to talk to her about something. As Kelsey checks back in.
3 minutes. They get it in deep again to Thill. They've pulled that play twice on the inbounds, and Thill shot is up and in.
30-22.
Just an 8-point lead. Shoemaker spin move no good, and Miller has the rebound. And that pass is intercepted by Walker. 3-on-2 for Minneapolis now. Shoemaker shot no good. And Miller again with the rebound for Ellinwood.
We cannot buy a bucket right now.
Skip pass to Tucker. Kicks it right back out front to Thill. Right wing, Corbett, Tucker, Miller, Thill on the floor for the Lady Eagles. Along with Klepper in the paint it goes, and Thill just kicks it right back out to Tucker. Thill out front to Klepper, and their shot. And they're going to call a foul on an Ellinwood player as they jumped Greg. It's only the third team foul on Ellinwood. First personal foul on Corbett. Excuse me, just the second team foul on Ellinwood. Walker.
Minneapolis could use a field goal here, guys.
With the ball. Now while they stop, they've got an open lane all the way to the basket. Entry pass to Shoemaker, left hand, shot off the glass and in.
Thank you.
Coach Weatherman has moved Shea down to the low block, and the entry pass is right on the money, and Shoemaker has the defense on the hip sealed off. And the left hand.
Kyla Gregg comes away with it after the turnover.
Shot is no good. She gets a loose ball. Out front it goes to Page. Dribble drive shot. And they've got a foul.
They called it on the floor.
Minute 9, 32-22 here in the third quarter.
With the infraction, third team foul. Minneapolis to play it in. Minute 9 left in the third quarter here, 32-22. Bragg being guarded by Klepper. Gets it off to Walker. Crossan almost a walk. Entry pass to Shoemaker. Kicks it out to Walker. Shot. Good.
Nice kick out there.
3-point shot by Bailey Walker.
That was a great kick out by Shea. And she had it down in that low block, as you had said earlier, Mike, and they triple teamed her, and Bailey Walker's right out there on her own.
Almost a carry by Beckwith. Gets it off to Miller. Now Tucker. Motion offense. That ball is tipped by Bragg.
Nice job by Kelsey Page right there.
1-on-4. Shoemaker with the ball. Now finds an opening all the way down to the baseline. Gets it out front to Bragg. Crossan baseline shot good. Nice ball movement by Minneapolis. Finds J.C. Crossan open on the baseline.
Just like that, Minneapolis gets a nice 6-point run right there with 7 seconds left. Ellinwood's going to try to get a shot off. They do, but it's no good.
Bragg comes out of there with it. Long shot by Kylie Bragg is no good. Three-quarter court heave. Comes up a little short. And a nice little run there at the end of the third quarter by Minneapolis to get back to a 15-point lead. 37-22. We'll be back with fourth quarter action here in just a minute.
C&R Plating would like to take this time to thank their many friends and customers for making their business what it is today. Kevin also wants to wish the Minneapolis Lions a great season. C&R Plating, a Lions sports backer.
The State Bank of Delphus and the Ottawa County Bank in Minneapolis are locally owned community banks, committed to making your banking experience as easy and personal as possible. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you're searching for the right insurance to fit your needs, look no further. The Scott Osherman Agency is the place to go. American Family Insurance has been providing security and peace of mind for over 80 years. Call the Scott Osherman Agency in Minneapolis, your American Family Insurance agent.
Welcome back to Hoisington, Kansas. Cardinal Winter Jam to start the fourth quarter, 37-22. Lady Lions have a nice little run at the end, a 7-0 run as they finish the quarter with 11 points to Lauren Thill's 9 as she scored all points in the third quarter for Ellinwood.
I think they might even be in this ball game if they could hit some free throws. Not a very good free throw shooting team. Minneapolis comfortably out in the lead. Dribble drive by Page. Shot is up and in by Kelsey Page. And Page with about an even dozen here tonight.
Nice night for Kelsey,
Yes.
10 points and just a nice nice scoring
Played
for Kelsey.
pretty much under control the whole game. Hadn't given it up anywhere major and been able to put the ball in the hoop. There's a thievery by Shoemaker all alone. Layup. Good. All of a sudden, Minneapolis with a 19-point lead.
7:10 left to go here in the ball game.
Fulton with a good defense. Minneapolis in a 2-3 zone here. Phil out front it goes. Brown now. Munson has a touch. Tucker tries to put the ball on the floor. Fulton with a good defense. Phil in close shot. No good. Steinbrock sweeps the glass for Minneapolis. Now Shoemaker.
Tried to get it towards Kelsey Page and Connor Fulton. I don't know who she's going to, but
Space Connor everything.
Connor took it off of Kelsey's head and then couldn't come down with it and took the extra step. So, unfortunately, a turnover right there.
41-22. Beckwith kicks it out to Phil. Tucker off to Munson. Phil comes to get it. Dribble drive, the kick out to Tucker goes out of bounds to Minneapolis. good idea. Phil draws the defense wherever she goes, and the pass just went clear out of bounds. Now Munson with the good pressure on Macy. Fulton with an open path on the baseline, sends it all the way across the court to Page. Now back to Page again. Long shot, good. Kelsey Page with right at 15 points. I'm probably off one or two, but nice point output by the sophomore. There we are. We've got to be out of bounds.
We should be out of bounds right there. They call a tie-up.
Wow. That's, when you're laying out of bounds, that's you're out of bounds.
You're out of bounds. It should have been, regardless, Ellinwood gets to keep the ball, but it should have been out of bounds off of us.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I agree. Fulton has a hand in there as they try to sneak the pass in on the backside. Tucker was all alone. Fulton closed in for the defense. Nice play by Connor Fulton.
44-22, Lady Lions with the lead. 5:37 the ball game left here. Oh, nice steal there by Kelsey.
Phil is intercepted by Page as he tries to get it in deep to Brown.
Hold that pivot foot. Hesitated. Hold it.
Traveling is the call. 44-22, Minneapolis by 22. Has doubled the score here on the Lady Eagles. Beckwith, left wing to Phil. Shoemaker guarding her. Down the lane she goes. Kicks it back out to Beckwith.
Nobody has scored for Ellinwood other than Phil here in the second half.
Beckwith shots no good, and Miller with the stick back is fouled.
Fulton, I believe.
Yes.
Number 4 on Connor.
Connor Fulton's fourth foul. Miller goes to the free throw line to shoot 2 here. First throw on its way. It's good.
Somebody other than Phil scores for Ellinwood.
(44-23). Second throw on its way. Good. 44-24. Minneapolis with the ball. Shoemaker in the backcourt. Sends it all the way down to Page all alone. Or excuse me, that's Fulton.
Page. Kelsey Page.
Was it Page that made that? Well, both of them came out of the same spot again. They're playing together tonight. Tucker gets it off to Brown. Back to Phil. Back to Brown. Page with another 2 points there.
15 for her tonight.
Scott has her with 15. There's a pass is intercepted by Shoemaker. All the way down. In she goes. Shots up and in. Nice. Body control by Shea Shoemaker. Draws the contact. The one-hand runner on the baseline off the glass and in. They're going to count that basket and give her the and one here. As she goes to the free throw line to shoot 1 here. And that free throw is good. 49-24, Minneapolis by 25. Well, there's no question about the outcome of this one. As Phil
the charge. Offensive foul.
Throws Shoemaker down.
.408 left to go, 49-24. Lady Lions have the ball and the lead here in the fourth quarter. Pressure defense for Lady Lions, as well as
nice ball movement. Steinbrock shot is no good as Shoemaker dumps it down low, and a double dribble is called on Miller in the backcourt.
Shea, one thing, Shea has really shown some unselfish play. Now, she could have taken that shot easily. Saw Allie Steinbrock underneath the bucket, and Allie had a better look at it, dumped it down to her. Just a nice job this year.
Out front it goes. Macy open for a minute, gets it off to Fulton on the right wing. Dribble drive, baseline shot. Good. Connor Fulton with a one-hand runner on the baseline. Now Minneapolis starting to heat up on the offensive end. Long shot by Beckwith, no good. Macy has it for a minute. Now Tucker. Back out front to Phil. Skip pass to Brown. Looks at a shot. Back to Tucker. Skip pass over to Brown. She's a little reluctant to take that long shot. Phil gets her own rebound and the stick back up and in. Good defense by Minneapolis, but Phil able to slip in there for the rebound. Now Page, jump shot, good. She is on fire.
Kelsey has had a great night tonight.
17 points for the sophomore.
Nice lead, nice assist for Ashlyn Macy there.
Long shot by Beckwith, no good, and Macy claims the board for Minneapolis. Ellinwood gets back, skip pass to Page. Little stutter step to start to take off with there, and traveling is the call as Crossan, Walker, Baker, and Gregg report for duty. Shoemaker will stay in. 2:35 left in this contest.
Ball goes into Phil.
Emma and Danae would like to get in, I would think.
It's kind of what I was just thinking at the 2:27 mark with a considerable lead. I was thinking the same thing.
And the blocking foul is called on Gregg. Bumped into Beckwith one too many times. That's the first personal foul on Kylie and the 5th team foul on Minneapolis. Entry pass to number 14.
Reba Thomas.
Greg, nice rebound.
Dribble drive by Walker, shot off the glass, no good. Baker with the stick back is no good. Crossan follow up, no good. Beckwith has it for a minute. Now Miller takes control of the ball for Ellinwood. Loses control of it. Craig picks it up on the run. Left-hand layup. No good. Baker has it. Out front it goes to Crossan. Now Walker will reset the offense for Minneapolis.
Big, lot of bodies moving around, lot of...
Entry pass to Shoemaker is tipped out of there by Miller. Now Gregg on the left wing. Throws it over the top. Shoemaker rescues it. Baker gets a hand on it. Now back to Crossan, baseline shot. Good. All right.
I'm glad you recalled that one. 55-26, Lady Lions with the lead.
Thomas kicks it off to Beckwith. Long shot, no good. Tipped around, picked up by Klepper, yeah. I was thinking it was the other Beckwith. There's two of them, but that was Klepper with the bucket. Under a minute in this contest. Shoemaker, left-hand crossover dribble, gets it down low to Baker. Back out front to Shoemaker. Three-pointer off the mark, no good. Now Ellinwood on the move. The steal by Shoemaker. We have numbers 3 on 2. She's going to go all the way in. Layup good. It's starting to become a track meet. 57-28. Minneapolis up by 29. 20 seconds left in this contest. Thomas back out front. Beckwith dribble drive in the paint. Kicks it out to Klepper. Her shot no good. Thomas with the stick back is good. Thomas with 2 buckets here. That's the way it's going to end as Shea walks it up the court. Minneapolis victorious here by 27. And that's the final score. Minneapolis 57 and Ellinwood 30. We'll be back with point totals and the boys action here in just a minute.
Welcome to Hoisington, Kansas. Cardinal midwinter to 30 over the Ellinwood Eagles, and a nice fourth quarter performance for the Lady Lions tonight, Mike.
You know, the outcome of this was really never in question. Minneapolis pretty steady all night long on the offensive end, scoring pretty much at will there in the fourth quarter to stretch the lead out. But doing a good job on the defensive end. The full court pressure always an issue for the opposing team, and that was the case here tonight with the Lady Eagles with plenty of turnovers in favor of Minneapolis.
Run down some points totals here. Just some interesting stats. Let's talk about Ellinwood first. Michelle Klepper, 2 points. Maria Tucker, 3 points. Casey Brown, 2 points. Reba Thomas, 2 points. Michelle Miller, 2 points. That's a total of, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 11. Yeah, 12. 13. Yeah, 13 points, sorry. Lauren Thill, 17. So, pretty good ball player, that Lauren Thill. Is, I believe she's a junior. Is that right?
I mentioned, I said, I think we'll be all right if we just guard number 24, and you're right. She put up quite a few points, and I think she probably could have had 20. She missed quite a few free throws, I think. As a team, they missed quite a few anyway.
Yeah, for the Lady Lions, Minneapolis comes away with Ashlyn Macy has 2 points, 4 points by Allie Steinbrock, Bailey Walker 5, Connor Fulton 6, Kylie Gregg 4, J.C. Crossan 7, Shay Shoemaker with 12, Kelsey Page, a great night tonight, 17 points to lead the Lady Lions as Minneapolis comes away with a nice victory tonight. Another interesting stat for Minneapolis, 8 turnovers in the first half, second half 4. They controlled the ball a lot better. They did a better job of handling the ball. Didn't go to the free throw line very much, but when they did, they hit 80% for tonight. Right. 4 for 5 from the line. That's a pretty good stat for Minneapolis. Only going to the line 5 times. Coach would like to see more of that, but 4 or 5, that's pretty darn good. For the Ellinwood Eagles, turnover bug really plagued them, and that's a lot of our defense. We forced the turnovers, as 12 in the first half, 11 in the second half, 23 total turnovers, and I'm sure I missed a few. But free throws, they did better in the second half, 3 of 4. But for the game, 6 of 15 was the Ellinwood Eagles.
Well, as a coach, you've got to like the turnover totals on the Minneapolis side. 12 turnovers for the whole ball game. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty efficient outing when you can hold your turnovers to a dozen. And I know Coach would probably be pretty thrilled with that. But looking up and down the bench and seeing the scoring totals there is another big plus for Minneapolis.
Yeah, exactly. Minneapolis comes away with the victory tonight. Coach Weatherman's up here with us, so Coach,
I was just asleep on the.
We'll let Coach get a headset on, and I'll let you take a look at the book for a second, Coach. Congrats on a nice victory, coming away with a nice victory, and as the Minneapolis Lady Lions advance to the championship tomorrow night, I believe, against Hoisington. Did I see that right?
Yes.
So the host team, as the Lady Lions, will play against the host team. But let's talk for a second. I know Mike's got a few questions, but let's talk for a second about the fourth quarter. Had a great performance in the fourth quarter. Kind of started the last 2 minutes or so of the third quarter. We kind of came out of the half with a little bit of slump, didn't do much. Last 2 minutes of the third quarter, started hitting some buckets, and that rolled right into the fourth quarter. The defensive pressure, I don't know if you saw that tonight, very unofficial, but forced 23 turnovers for Ellinwood tonight, and just good pressure defense for Minneapolis. The other positive, only went to the line 5 times, but 4 or 5, 80%. Gotta like that.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I felt like overall our effort was much better than it was the other night. We had some breakdowns there coming out of half. We tried to go man full court, had some breakdowns defensively, and I think that kind of led to them getting some easy shots. And you talked about us kind of coming out a little bit sluggish. We kind of pulled that press off and went just full or half court man and did a much better job playing defense in the half court setting there. Even in the first half, as good as we were defensively, if you look at the scoreboard with 13 points, we had some breakdowns, and they got a couple easy baskets in the first half as well.
Yeah, Phil, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not, but Phil for Ellinwood, pretty solid ball player. 17 points, I believe, is what I had her down for.
Yeah, she's a very solid basketball player.
That's the wrong game on that one. So had that turn around. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened there. There you go.
Yeah, we knew coming in that was their girl they were going to go to, and she hit 17, but nobody else on their team gets more than 3. So you
gotta like that.
Yeah, that tells me everybody's doing their job on defense, and she's a good basketball player, and if the good players are going to get theirs on certain nights. If you can contain everybody else, you're going to win a lot of basketball games.
One of the, sorry, Mike, I know I gave this to you, but the other thing that we noticed is 8 out of 9 girls scored tonight. That's you've got to like that too. You look down your stats and see the scoring distributed amongst the girls, and just a nice distribution. We have felt like in the last 5 or 6 games, the passing and the distribution of the ball has been so much better.
Yeah, the passing tonight was really good. Shay has 12 points tonight, but I'm guessing she probably had 6 or 7 assists. A lot of the transition points we had tonight came from passes made by Shay. So the passing has gotten better, and we're doing a better job of getting our head up and looking down court and finding people open. We weren't doing that here a couple weeks ago.
Exactly.
Coach, I'm impressed tonight. We stayed aggressive all the way through the game, and especially Kelsey Page with just an overall really good game for her. I thought she stayed pretty much focused, hit a couple shots early on some nice assists from Shoemaker on the backside, but after she got into the flow of the game, I thought she had just pretty good a game overall.
She, tonight might be about completed basketball game as Kelsey's played the last 2 years for me, and she's kind of been in a shooting slump, and all along for the last couple of games, I was just starting to get the feeling that she was just about ready to come out of it. See her in practice every night, and it was a situation. She was starting to get her confidence in practice. It wasn't translating into in games, but. Tonight she was firing on all cylinders. She looked really good. She's worked really hard to get herself back to where she wanted, to this point and where she wants to be. And when we get her, Shay and Connor firing on all cylinders on the perimeter, and Bailey comes off and hits some outside shots, and Allie's been playing better in the post, and JC's had 7 points tonight. We're a tough team to beat.
Yeah. Absolutely, it's nice to see. And Riley Baker, didn't get in the scorebook as far as points, but Riley had some big rebounds. She missed a couple buddies that would have put her in. Yeah. But
and Ashlyn did about as nice a job running the offense for us tonight as she had this year. She didn't make very many perimeter shots or anything, and they actually kind of backed off over there for a little bit, and we were kind of trying to get the ball inside to Shay, but she did a really nice job handling the ball.
Well, Coach, overall the game itself, we tracked a few of the turnovers, and when Scott mentioned that as a team we had 12 turnovers the whole game, I said, well, Coach is going to like that figure right there for sure.
Yeah, and a lot of times the turnovers we've been making this year are more a result of us not making good plays versus the other team forcing turnovers. Even late in the game, you saw there Shay's trying to make a pass down court. We have 2 people running in the same lane, and there's confusion on who's going to get the ball, and I think it even bounced off one of their heads even. But
I told the guys spacing is everything. Both girls were headed to the rack, and the pass was there. It's just 2 people were in the same spot.
And like I said, a lot of times it has more to do with our own undoing when it comes to ball handling. We're doing a better job of valuing the ball and valuing possessions on offense.
Well, that Phil girl snuck in there and got a couple of easy ones on us, but she plays well in the paint and has pretty good footwork when she gets in there. They just didn't have anything to go with her.
No.
So get her, I think, probably her normal game.
Yeah, she's been averaging about 12 points a game, so, she one thing she has a little bit of advantage on us is height-wise, and she's a little bit of a mismatch for us. We had Allie on her, who probably foot speed-wise, she might have a step on Allie, and then so we put Shay on her, and she's probably a little bit more of a post-up, stronger type player than, a little bit tougher maybe for Shay to handle. But we did a really nice job, between the two of them. I couldn't ask for, them to play any better defense on her.
What can we expect tomorrow night, Coach? You're going to be playing for the championship here. I know the girls were looking forward to that. It's probably one of their top 3 things on their list for goals this year, but what can we expect tomorrow night?
Well, you go play on the road in a mid-season tournament, and probably one of the worst things that could happen to you is you have to play the host team for the championship game. But, Hoisington's a solid basketball team, and they're big, they're long, and they're going to, what I saw for 2 games this week, that they're going to sit in a 2-3 zone, and they're going to try to force you to shoot the ball from the outside. They will try to push the ball on occasion. They got some girls that aren't going to shoot the ball off the dribble necessarily, but they can knock down an outside shot. They're not just going to sit and try to pound the ball underneath. They were impressive today. And the other night, I thought they were a little bit shaky. Of course, we were a little bit shaky there the other day, but I was really impressed with them today, watching them beat Quivira Heights. Quivira Heights is a very solid basketball team, and it was a 4-point game at halftime, and Hoisington basically just ran away with it in the second half.
I was telling Scott, I thought we've been shooting the ball from the perimeter. Earlier in the year, we shot better than we have here of late, and I looked for maybe Connor Fulton to cut loose and nail down a couple in a game, and so far she's had a couple of looks. Is she just a little bit leery about taking the shot right now?
Well, she's kind of in the same boat Kelsey was in. They're working hard to get their shot back, and it wouldn't surprise me tomorrow night Connor come out and have about a 15-point game, and knocking down a couple threes. For about the last week, I've really felt like, those two, they've been working hard in practice, and I felt like they were about ready to have a breakout game, and Kelsey did tonight, and like I said, it wouldn't surprise me tomorrow night to see Connor do so. Shay's even struggled with her shot a little bit. You started to see her come out of that a little bit tonight. I could see her have a big game tomorrow night as well.
We talked a little bit about the distribution of the ball, but I've just noticed that something that last year we didn't see, and even the first part of this year we didn't see, and that was first part of the year we saw a lot more what I would say selfish distribution for my gain when taking a shot. And I felt like we have just done a much better job of seeing an open person, even though we may have an ability to take a shot down the low post. But if we're going to see a double team come on us, instead of forcing that shot, we're going to look and find somebody either cut into the hole or somebody standing out on a wing. We saw that a couple times tonight. I get back to that ball distribution again. I felt like that has just been so much better in the last
a good example of what you just talked about. We went there in the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter. We moved Shay inside, and we got a couple good looks there right away, and then they kind of figured out what we were doing. We get the ball inside, and she skips the ball across the court. I think it was Bailey on the three-point line.
Yeah.
And, we're a tough team to beat when we move the ball like that. We got too good as shooters on the perimeter, and if we distribute the ball like that and play as a team, we're like I said, we're a tough team to beat.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Coach, a great victory tonight, and it sounds like the band is warming up, so we'll probably go ahead and, Mike, do you have any other?
No, congratulations, Coach. It's a good victory, and the girls are looking pretty sharp. You put 50, 60 points on the board, you're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, and, what probably pleased me more tonight than anything was our defense. The other night, I didn't think we were real good on defense. We watched some film the other day, talked about some things, made some corrections, and the girls, they got after it tonight. They made those adjustments and played much better. So
absolutely. Tomorrow night, 6:30, folks, if you can, drive up here. Hoisington's going to have a crowd being in their backyard, but drive up here and enjoy an hour and 20-minute drive, and come up and cheer this squad on and cheer them on the victory. If not, we'll be on the air to call the game. But, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you,
on
guys.
a nice victory.
Thank you.
We will go ahead and take a break. We're about 13 minutes away from the boys game, so I think we will go ahead and take a break here, and we'll be back on the air probably in about 6-7 minutes. So you'll have to, if you're listening on the internet, you have to log back off and log back in. But we will be back with the boys action here in about 13 minutes. So we'll be back on the air in about 8. You're listening to 910kennedy.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8. Minneapolis Lady Lions with the victory tonight. They head to the championship tomorrow night.